and release it. And then Tombstone's going to be going down. And are they going to go down? Are they going to go down? Yes, they're in! The bar was spinning so fast that unfortunately it lost its balance, one wheel over the edge, and then went in. The fourth seeds have lost their first round. It's going to be a case of trying to shove them in. Disco Inferno have nearly got Tombstone in! And they're in! The fourth seeds are out! Managed to get in with the angle, and then using the shape of its body, managed to push Tombstone all the way around into the pit. So one wheel was hanging over, and then it just had to finish it off with one final push. And fourth seeds Tombstone, grand finalists last season, are out of the competition. And now, one wheel left on that wagon, and they're in the pit! They've fallen into the pit! That one wheel led them towards their demise as they fell in. And that was it. And Siren nearly going in as well. Closing. If they can't close it, and they've hit the pit button, so somebody's going to go in, and it's Atomic that goes in first! They were trying to push Ice 2 away, got into the corner, slammed into it, and then tried to reverse to get out of the way, but unfortunately slipped and fell into the pit and lowered into oblivion. And Ice 2, what a machine. Slices of the front of Ice 2, and they've gone into the pit! Lambda have managed to get one wheel stuck over the edge, courtesy of Ice 2, and they went in disc first, jumping up in the air, and the seeded machine has ended up in the pit. You see someone trapdoor over the edge, and can Atomic finish them? And they're in! That's it for trapdoor. They got one wheel stuck over the edge, tried to get around, managed to stay over the edge, and then courtesy of Atomic, they pushed them in. The coup de grace, as Atomic tries to release the pit, succeeds, and Lambda goes down. And look at that. Great tactic from Atomic, getting Lambda over the top of the pit, and then just releasing it. Goes down, and Lambda alongside it. Hold of Xerox and leading them towards the pit, and just like that, Xerox are in! Petrify calmly controlled them towards the pit, jamming the weapon up so they couldn't fire the axe, just lined themselves up, aimed for the pit, and then using its ramp, they let Xerox slide backwards into it. And the axe still going madly. And slammed in and grabbed one of the mice, and leading them directly towards the pit. Well, that was controlled! In, bringing the claw down, and then dumped the mouse into the pit. It was almost like that entire first half, and managing to get a hold of Maurice, and doing exactly the same, and that is it! Petrify managed to take out both mice. It's almost like training, as if they knew they were going to get through to the semi-final, and pretty much just dumped the mice in without any real effort at all. And release the pit. The mischief mice will go down, and they are! They've gone down! Xerox have managed to beat both mice with some excellent driving. With the mice stuck on the pit lid, all Xerox had to do was release it, and down went the mischief mice. Every single corner of the arena, and managing to get them into the pit. Just lined up the target, fired the arrow, and in. And Wasp was that arrow, with the pit being the target. And managing to push them around. The Sparks have gone in themselves! Trillium taking them all the way around, shoving them into the wall, and then Sparks tried to get away, but backed up and ended up in the pit. And third seeds Trillium, Seedon and Virion succeeding to get the pit down, and Wasp has gone into the pit! As soon as the pit went down, Wasp drove backwards and fell in. And it's over for them, I'm afraid. And they're on the edge, and they're in! CPU has gone into the pit, but was that by... I'm not sure whether that was by penance or if CPU drove them by themselves. But they go into the redemption, control itself towards the pit, and CPU has managed to get them in, and Checkmate has gone in himself! Oh, come on! After all that effort, managing to break off CPU's spike, slammed into the wall, and backwards into the pit. And it's good night from Checkmate. Owen drive towards the pit. And they've managed it. And CPU's in itself! Oh, you can't make this up. CPU just drove, got one wheel stuck over the edge, and the only way for it to go was down. And CPU are out of it. But I think it's all over for them if Trillium is very careful and manages to push them in. Like so. And that is it for Elf. They go into the redemption round after a lucky streak, but unfortunately it wasn't lucky enough to get past Trillium. They sink into the pit, and Trillium moves on to the next round. A little bit stuck there for a moment, but they seem to be okay. And Minos' cat has one wheel over the edge, and it's in the pit! Minos' cat drove forward, got stuck one wheel over the edge of the pit, and they couldn't do anything else except fall down. They were doing so well, but Xerox are the winners. Proper tactics and control. And now we're down. Trillium's gone into the pit!
Cease!
They were so close, they could have held on for a judge's decision, but they tried to back away from the barrier and slid into the pit. And Ice 2 has made the grand final. Take out their dance partner's legs and now Petrify, taking the lead here, trying to take them towards the pit. And Disco Inferno are mere seconds into that dance, and Petrify took control with a couple of steps to the left, a couple to the right, and then leading Disco Inferno into the pit. Excellent moves. Fantastic dancing from Petrify. Disco Inferno end up in the redemption round, and Petrify move one step closer to that grand final. And as that slowly lowers, Varion pushes Penance towards it, and Penance have gone in themselves! After that shove from Varion, they were too powerful for Penance. And Penance, I think one of those wheels is definitely damaged. It looked like it in the last round. They just waited till their weapon was spun up, but knew they didn't really have much chance. Not after that attack. And Penance go in to get round the back. Disco Inferno over the edge, nearly into the pit again, and Varion goes for, well, let's push it, they're in!
Cease!
They nearly hung on for a judge's decision, shoved Disco Inferno out of the way, and then backed into the pit themselves, leading them towards the pit. And a little bit of a shove, and Siren are out of it. Good display from Petrify, brave attempt from Siren, but unfortunately, the Clawbot was far too powerful for them. They nearly escaped there. Petrify give them a little shove, and they had one wheel over the edge, and the only way they could go was down. Good display from Siren, and leading them towards the pit, and it looks like the second seeds are about to go, and nearly in, and they're in! Atomic has fallen! So close, but Petrify grabbed hold of them by the scoop, so they couldn't lift, they couldn't control, they couldn't push. It was Petrify that was in control, and as Atomic went in, whoa, nearly gone over. And then it just raised its claw, and the second seeds, Atomic, fell. Excellent display from Petrify. A little bit lucky in my opinion, but they meet Ice 2 in the grand final. And Xerox coming in with a few more hits. It's going to go to the judges. So we're just going to... And Atomic's gone into the pit! So close! They could have held on! But I don't know what they were thinking there. They just drove towards the corner and into the pit. The second seeds come fourth in the competition, and Xerox wins.